Here's the plan for today. We're going to take the 850 and the 120 and build a road through this section of woods here to connect one field to the other. Let's hit the ground and get started. All right, guys, let's kind of walk down in here and I'll show you what we got from ground level. From what I've been told, when this was previously farmed, there was another entrance coming off the county road to our south here, or the way we're walking to our right. And that's no longer an option. So now Chris is going to farm it somehow. He's got to get 40-foot wide equipment through the woods. Lucky us, we get up with that task. So one option we got is following the actual road that's here now, which kind of goes down, winds, and comes across. I don't know if that's our best option. What I'm thinking we need to do is probably come in right through here somewhere and just kind of get us a straight shot and head across the ravine. We got a pretty deep hole down in here. It's been raining quite a bit this morning, if you guys can't tell or not, but if we get down in here too far, as you guys can see, we got a pretty deep ravine down here, but we got some dirt on that side and we got some dirt on this side. I think we can make just a really nice little swell down through there. So what I'm thinking is kind of choosing a path right through here. For example, there's no big trees in the way. You know, if we go around that way, we're taking out a huge white oak tree, and they've got this marked as timber. They haven't decided whether they're going to sell it or not, but I don't want to come through here and tear up any money trees if we can keep from it. So that looks like a good option right through there. What I don't see is a great option up through this way. What do you guys think? I'm thinking there's a couple pine trees right up there. And if we come straight through those pine trees, we may end up losing this decent size. I don't know what kind of tree that is. I'm gonna guess poplar. Could be wrong. That'd only be one, and that's not a huge tree, but that'd be the only tree of significant size I think we'd have to lose to accomplish what we want to go. Now, I'm not gonna walk all the way over there, but if you go over that little knoll, it actually goes back down into a smaller ravine, and then it goes out into that field back there. This here is the meat and potatoes of what we gotta take out. So let's walk around back up here on the top side on the field and kind of see what that looks like as far as an entrance up there. I don't see anything good. I don't see anything good coming in over there. That ravine gets pretty deep the farther you go to the south. And the trees get bigger. Deeper ravine, bigger trees. That's definitely a no-go. All right, let's walk around up here on the other side and see what she looks like from up here. It's a long ways back in here, by the way, guys. We're back in here far enough, don't have any cell phone service. Haven't seen people for days. It's a good little hike. So this is what I was seeing from down below. There's a handful of pine trees right there. I say we take off down through those pine trees, get that one poplar tree right there, and get us a path. Let's do it. All right, where do you guys want to start in at? I say let's start in right here. Start in right here and see what we got. I could take the bulldozer and just go down through here and shove a path through the woods, but I got the 850 here, but the problem with that is you end up getting a big wad of stuff in your front of your blade. Then you gotta do something with it. I'm doing this with the track hoe. Oh, hang on. I'm doing this with the track hoe. It honestly might take just a little bit longer. But I can kind of tuck this stuff away in different holes in the woods, and that way later it's out of our way and we're not fighting. Because once we get Once we get this stuff moved, we actually got quite a bit of dirt we got to move to get across that ravine down there. Is this pine tree gonna go down, or are you gonna give me trouble? Ah, it's gonna break off. Not what I wanted. This job here, was actually supposed to have the 140 on it, but on the last job we discovered a pretty significant issue with the 140. I'll get some video and some pictures of it here at some point, but the hydraulic coupler that holds the bucket on the end of the stick, it is broke in two. Not really for sure how we pulled that off, but I got a few ideas and I got a few theories. So 120 to the rescue. I guess it's only fair. The 140 bailed out the 120 earlier in the summer whenever we had problems with the auto throttle. So now I guess it's time for the 120 to bail the 140 out. See if I can get through this one here. Usually these pine trees come out pretty easy, but for some reason this one here wanted to break off. That's all right though. You guys know I'd probably rather have the 120 for clearing anyways. This thing does a really good job with this bucket and thumb setup. And fortunately, ever since we got it back, it's been running great. You gonna come out there, tree? Come on. Seriously? I know you want to. Going down. Yeah, I got half of it up. All right, let me get these couple pine trees out of the way, because this one here, you gonna come? Come on. There you go. Got it. Let me get these other pine trees out of the way, and I think that'll open us up quite a bit where we can kind of get a visual on the direction we're heading. I looked at this job. It was the middle of winter and the leaves were off. And the path at that point looked pretty simple, but I can't see. Too many leaves. Not gonna lie guys, smells a little bit like Christmas in June. That pine tree is got a pretty strong scent to it. Kind of like it, not gonna lie. But if you guys eyeball down through there, that tree right there, I'm gonna call it a poplar tree. I'm not for sure what it is, but that is the direction we are heading. So what my process is here, I kind of went ahead and drug these pine trees out into the field. I may end up taking the dozer and shoving them down that corner over there. What I didn't want to do is get myself brush locked in here where I didn't have room to move or maneuver, so I kind of got it was easy. I just drug them out. I got options of what I can do now. I do have me a pretty good sized hole over here, so I'll probably throw some brush up here behind me and we'll just take the dozer and kind of shove it back in the woods there, man. I love my 140, but that 120, whenever it comes to clearing, it's just absolutely awesome. So I forgot my tripod today, but fortunately for you guys, I got an 850 dozer, so I'm gonna go park it down in the woods, set a camera up on it, and I'm coming for you. Well guys, moment of truth. Let's see which one of this one's gonna go. I'd prefer to have it go that way. I think I can kind of hinge it around up in there with the dozer and tuck it over there. But we'll see what happens. It gets a little bit steeper the closer I get down to this tree, so everything's wet. Make sure we don't go sliding off here. Come on, baby. There we go. We clear it? Oh yeah. Watch it, make sure we don't get a hydraulic line. Hang on, come on now. I'll give it one thing, that tree's got some roots on it. You may win the battle, tree, but you're not gonna win the war. Come on, baby. Guess that's where the blade on the Volvo would be nice. Keep me up on this hill without sliding down into the tree, but we'll get it. Now, I left the roots on this top side because I don't want it to go that way towards you guys on the dozer. I want it to go this way, so hopefully it'll hinge on that. Let's back up over here and see if we can get a little nudge on her and see what happens. You guys ready? I know you can't see it, there's a big white oak tree over there. I'm hoping I can be on the uphill side of it. Oh, I think we're gonna make it. It's not exactly where I wanted it, but it'll work. Come on. There we go. There we go. Boom. Well, there it is, guys. That's got that section opened up rather nicely. I think what I'm going to do now is this next section when we drop down over the hill into the ravine, I think some of those trees are going to have to come up the hill into here. So let's hop on the dozer real quick. I'm hoping that's the big tree there. Hoping we can hook it with the blade and kind of hinge it up and around. Let's go ahead and get this mess cleaned up, kind of get a fresh start, and then we'll cross over the road and dive over the hill and do the next section.
The camera does that any justice, but man, this 0850, that is uphill in the mud, and that stump's probably 5.5, 6 feet tall, and get her done, oh dozer, get her done. it's dangerous out here. Moving up here on the blade, what is that? Is that a snake? Big lizard? I think it's a lizard. It's a lizard. Where you going, buddy? That stump out right there, and I've popped a couple other stumps out around here. That's why I love the 4-way blade on these bigger dozers. It's still a little bit hard on the machine, but it's not near as hard on this blade as what it is a 6-way blade like on the D4G. And you get into these bigger dozers, man, it's really hard on them blades, on them corners out there pushing on them. And the way this blade's shaped, I got this dozer to root trees out of the ground and push dirt. I got the other dozer to finish. So long story short, that's why I got a 4-way blade and not a 6-way blade on my bigger dozer, man. All the old timers will tell you, if you want to flat move dirt, that's the setup you need. All right, enough talking, let's move some dirt. Check that out, guys. That section is shaping up pretty good. I just kind of skimmed everything off and pushed all this nasty stuff down here in the fill. If this was a driveway to a new home or a road of more importance, I probably wouldn't use that down here. We'd push it off to the side somewhere. But guys, this road's gonna get used 2 or 3 times a year. There's no point in wasting it. So we're just gonna bury it right there. And if the road settles a little bit, I guess Chris will just have to pay us to come fix it. It's job security. But anyways, we're gonna turn our focus to the next section of this. And this is the section that goes down over the hill here where we're gonna have to put some clay pipe in there at some point. There's a beech tree. You guys see that beech tree right there? We're gonna put a slight curve in this thing, and the beech tree is gonna be the right-hand side of it. We're gonna kind of head through there at an angle. We're gonna go from that beech tree to that white oak tree over there. Once we get around that white oak tree, we're gonna kind of straighten her back out and head out towards the field there. So my plan is, I don't want to shove a bunch of that brush down there in that bottom. I'm gonna try to get myself organized here to where we can just keep all that brush up there. It's probably a little more work to keep all that brush in one pile, but it makes the wood so much nicer. You know, see, we've been clearing and all that still looks really nice. And we just got one really nasty, messy spot. I don't know. Maybe that's not necessary, but you gotta take pride in your work, right? All right, guys, this next little section down here, there's not a whole lot of trees in it. What trees are in here are not that big. I know grade's hard to see on camera. The problem is there's about a 7-foot drop off right there. So what I'm hoping I can do is grab these trees, get them up here on top somewhere, and we'll take the dozer, push them over in the pile. Is that gonna work the way I want it to work? I'm gonna set you over here for now. Come on, baby. That'll work. Stay. I don't have a clue what I was trying to accomplish, but I've got myself an absolute mess. Got one tree laying that way, one tree laying this way, and there's a tree laying the other way in the middle. Man, I thought the first half out pretty good. Sure as heck didn't think the second half out very well. I don't know if I can do it or not as I'm sitting in the mud. Oh, hang on now. Need to get this one swung up the hill is what I need to do. Come on, baby. You can do it. You're gonna break, that'd be better yet. Come on. Come on. There we go. That'll work. Watch out over there. That's what I'm talking about. Got it. Tree is stuck in another tree down there. Come out of there. There we go. That'll work. Come with me, tree. Perfect. Got it. So here's the deal, guys. After slipping and sliding, I've got everything cleared down to the ditch. The ditch is about the halfway marker. So we're gonna take the dozer, get everything shoved up into the pile over there. I got a pile here and I got a pile there. Should be able to wrap it right around the corner, keep everything nice and tidy.
I'm gonna throw you guys up on a time lapse and we're gonna finish heading on out that way. That way is just a bunch of scrub brush and small trees. It should go fairly quickly. So let me get that shoved up and let's hammer down. Well guys, I don't know how well it showed up in the time lapse, but it has been raining pretty much non-stop. Look at that, I got a big old water bubble on you guys right now, which has made it a little bit on the miserable side, but I did manage to get all the trees down with the excavator. That tree right there is marked as timber. I don't know if it's in the way or not. It looks like it's in the way because I'm cleared back a little bit farther, but I decided to hold off on that until we see what goes. I don't know if you guys can see the trees up there. See the cloud over there? We got another storm of brewing, boys. So what I'm gonna try to do is I just wanna go down through here, kind of skim the top off, get the stump holes filled in. If we do get a bunch more rain, at least it ain't gonna be holding water, so we can get in here pretty quick to get this finished up. So let's hop on here and do it. Well, that's what she looks like after she's all said and done, guys. I'm actually videoing this about 2 days after finishing up on the dozer. Right as I was finishing up the other day, it come an absolute monsoon, and instead of sticking around and videoing in the rain, I headed for the house. I was tired of getting wet. I got wet a few times that day. But the main objective was to get a path through the woods. Chris's bean head's 40 feet, his planter's 30 feet, and he likes to be able to get from field to field without either folding up or removing the heads. It saves him a whole lot of time, so I think we're going to be able to accomplish that. Obviously, in the next video, we'll probably set some clay pipes, and we're going to take this hump and push into that hole, level that up. We got some issues to address down here. We got like 3 ditches that come out of the woods and 1 ditch that comes out of the field. Somehow we have to get that consolidated into 1 pipe underneath there, but we'll figure that out later. But nevertheless, let's finish this one off with the drone flight.